The world of the Vikings was harsh, a realm where nature's fury was a constant companion. Winters were long and unforgiving, blanketing the land in relentless cold. The seas were treacherous, with waves that could swallow ships whole. Life was often brutal and short, marked by constant battles and the ever-present spectre of death. In the face of such challenges, it is no surprise that the Vikings turned to the supernatural for guidance and protection. They sought answers in the unseen, hoping to find solace and strength. Central to their beliefs was seidr, a form of magic practiced by both men and women known as Seiðmenn and Volvas. These practitioners were the keepers of ancient wisdom and mystical arts. These figures were both revered and feared for their ability to influence fate, commune with spirits, and glimpse the future. Their powers were seen as a bridge between the mortal world and the divine. Volvas and Seiðmenn were more than just mystics. They were healers, advisors, and spiritual leaders playing a crucial role in the community. They were integral members of Viking society, their wisdom sought by chieftains and commoners alike. Their counsel could determine the outcome of battles and the success of harvests. Their rituals were woven into the fabric of daily life, marking important events and offering solace in times of uncertainty. From birth to death, their presence was a constant. This essay delves into the fascinating world of Volvas and Seiðmenn, exploring their practices, their social significance, and the lasting legacy they left on Norse culture and beyond. Their influence can still be felt in modern interpretations of Viking lore. Their story is one of power, intrigue, and the enduring human need to make sense of the unknown. It is a testament to the resilience and creativity of the human spirit in the face of adversity. Among the practitioners of seidr, Volvas, the female seers, held a particularly prominent position. These women were not just ordinary members of Viking society, they were revered and often feared for their extraordinary abilities. These women were believed to possess a unique connection to the spirit world, a connection that was both a gift and a burden. They were seen as the intermediaries between the human world and the divine, capable of accessing knowledge and power beyond the reach of ordinary people. This gift manifested in their ability to foresee the future, heal the sick, and influence the course of events. Their skills were not limited to mere predictions. They could alter the very fabric of reality through their rituals and incantations. Volvas were often sought out for their wisdom and guidance, especially in times of crisis. Whether it was a looming battle, a poor harvest, or a personal dilemma, people turned to these seers for answers and solutions. Their pronouncements carried significant weight in Viking society. The words of a Volva could sway decisions, change the course of events, and even alter the fate of entire communities. Their rituals were shrouded in mystery and imbued with a sense of the otherworldly. These ceremonies were elaborate affairs, often involving intricate chants, symbolic gestures, and the use of sacred objects. One of the most evocative aspects of a Volva's practice was the high seat ritual. This ceremony was a powerful display of their spiritual prowess and their elevated status within the community. During these ceremonies, the Volva would sit upon a high platform or stool, her position symbolizing her elevated status as a conduit between the realms. This elevated seat was often adorned with symbols of power and protection, her position symbolizing her elevated status as a conduit between the realms. From this vantage point, she could see beyond the physical world and into the spiritual realms. Surrounded by flickering torches and the chanting of her attendants, the atmosphere was charged with spiritual energy. The air would be thick with the scent of burning herbs and the sound of rhythmic drumming. She would enter a trance-like state, her spirit journeying to distant realms to commune with gods and spirits. In this altered state of consciousness, she could receive visions and messages from the divine. The Volva's pronouncements, often delivered in a voice thick with otherworldly power, were considered sacred. Her words were not just heard, they were felt, resonating deeply within those who listened. These pronouncements were listened to with rapt attention, for they held the key to understanding the will of the gods and the vagaries of fate. The community would hang on her every word, knowing that her insights could change their lives. The Volva's role was not just to predict the future, but to shape it. Through her rituals and wisdom, she guided her people, helping them navigate the complexities of life and the mysteries of the universe. The practice of seidr was as much about ritual and symbolism as it was about innate ability. Volvas and Seiðmenn alike relied on a variety of tools and implements to aid them in their magical workings. These objects were not mere accessories, they were imbued with power, their significance deeply rooted in Norse mythology and folklore. One of the most iconic tools of a Volva was her staff. Often crafted from wood, bone or iron and adorned with carvings of runes, animals or other potent symbols, the staff served as a focal point for the Volva's power, channeling her energy and amplifying her connection to the spirit world. In addition to staffs, Volvas and Seiðmenn utilized a variety of other objects in their rituals. These included specially marked stones, pouches of herbs and powders, and intricately knotted cords, each object playing a specific role in the intricate tapestry of Norse magic. While Volvas were the most widely recognized practitioners of seidr, men known as Seiðmenn also wielded this potent magic. These male practitioners were often shrouded in mystery and intrigue, their roles less documented but equally significant. Their existence challenges the modern misconception that seidr was an exclusively female domain. In reality, the practice of seidr transcended gender boundaries, weaving a complex tapestry of magical tradition. However, the societal view of Seiðmenn was complex and often contradictory. While they were respected for their abilities, they also faced significant scrutiny and suspicion. On the one hand, seidr was closely associated with Odin, the chief god of the Norse pantheon, who was revered for his wisdom and mastery of magic. Odin's connection to seidr lent a certain prestige to male practitioners, elevating their status within the community. This divine association provided Seiðmenn with a semblance of legitimacy and honor. On the other hand, there are indications that seidr, particularly when practiced by men, could be viewed with suspicion. This suspicion often stemmed from the fear of the unknown and the potential misuse of magical powers. This likely stemmed from the fact that seidr could be used to manipulate and control, abilities that were traditionally associated with women and seen as potentially disruptive to the established order. The power to influence minds and alter reality was a double-edged sword, and seen as potentially disruptive to the established order. This disruption was not always welcomed, leading to a complex relationship between Seiðmenn and their communities. As a result, Seiðmenn may have faced societal pressures and accusations of engaging in unmanly practices. These accusations could lead to ostracization and harsh judgment, and accusations of engaging in unmanly practices. Despite these challenges, many Seiðmenn continued to practice their craft in secret, driven by a deep connection to their magical heritage. Despite these challenges, Seiðmenn continued to practice their craft, demonstrating the enduring power and allure of this ancient magic. Their resilience ensured that the traditions of seidr were passed down through generations, demonstrating the enduring power and allure of this ancient magic. The legacy of Seiðmenn is a testament to the rich and multifaceted nature of Norse magical traditions. So, let's dive deeper. Volvas and Seiðmenn were not just about casting spells and predicting the future. They held a significant place in their communities. Often they were sought after for their wisdom and guidance. Almost like the spiritual leaders of their time, they played a crucial role in important decisions, and their influence extended far beyond the mystical. It's fascinating to think about how integral they were to the fabric of society. As Christianity spread across Scandinavia, it began to challenge the old ways, including the practice of seidr. The new religion brought with it different beliefs and rituals, often clashing with the ancient traditions of the Norse people. Many seidr practitioners were persecuted, their practices deemed heretical by the Christian Church. However, some elements of seidr were absorbed into local Christian practices, creating a unique blend of old and new. Despite the pressures, seidr did not vanish completely. It lingered on the fringes of society, practiced in secret by those who held on to the old ways. In recent years, there has been a resurgence of interest in seidr and other Norse traditions. Modern practitioners, often referred to as neo-pagans, have sought to revive these ancient practices. This revival is not just about religion, it's also about reconnecting with cultural heritage and exploring alternative spiritual paths. Workshops, books, and online communities have sprung up, dedicated to the study and practice of seidr. While modern seidr may differ in some ways from its ancient counterpart, the core principles remain the same. A deep connection to nature, a respect for the spirits, and the pursuit of wisdom through mystical means. The magic of the Norse world continues to captivate our imagination. From popular media to academic research, the allure of seidr and Norse mythology is undeniable. These ancient practices offer a glimpse into a world where the boundaries between the natural and supernatural were fluid, where the gods walked among humans, and where magic was a part of everyday life. Whether through historical study or personal practice, the legacy of seidr endures, reminding us of a time when the world was filled with wonder and the unknown was embraced rather than feared. For those interested in delving deeper into the world of seidr and Norse magic, a wealth of resources is available. From academic texts to modern interpretations, there is much to explore. Key works include The Viking Way by Neil Price, which provides an in-depth look at seidr and Norse shamanism. Another essential read is Seidr, The Gate is Open by Katie Gerard, offering a modern perspective on ancient practices. Additionally, the Poetic Edda and the Prose Edda remain foundational texts for understanding Norse mythology and magic. These ancient works continue to inspire and inform both scholars and practitioners alike. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the mystical world of seidr. We hope you have found it both enlightening and inspiring.